Hello, conscious co-creators, and welcome to this pick a card reading today. I also want to say happy Father's Day to all of you out there. Our topic for this reading is very appropriate. We're doing paternal messages that are meant for you. So we're looking to get messages and insight and guidance for you from a paternal figure or figures in your life, whether they are living. We may be tapping into people's consciousness or, the vibration that they're providing or sending out to you. Even if they're not doing it consciously, maybe they're doing it unconsciously. Or if you have loved ones that are crossed over, or you're working with a paternal or a masculine figure on your spirit team, again, however this comes through and resonates for you is always going to be correct for you. The messages that are coming through are meant specifically for you. So we are using the Gods and Titans deck, and I already have laid out the 4 different options for you with 4 different gods and masculine figures to choose from. So option number 1 is Poseidon and Flow, the Greek god of the sea. We have 2 Greek gods and 2 Norse gods here. Option number 2, card 2, group 2, Ul, Focus. And he is the Norse god of marksman. You can see that bow and arrow that he is utilizing. Third option is Achilles and confidence. He is a Greek warrior in the Trojan War. Okay. And finally, group number 4, card option 4 is Thor, Norse god of thunder. I think a lot of people are familiar. And action. Okay, so you can take a moment, ask your intuition. Trust that you're being led to the card option and the group option that's going to provide you with the paternal messages that are absolutely meant for you. Once you have made your selection, you can head down to the description and click on the timestamp next to the god or masculine figure titan that you have chosen, and I'll see you in your father figure reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your father figure reading. If you're listening to this, then you have chosen the first card option, the Greek god of the sea, Poseidon, and flow. So the message is already, the theme energy that we're working with here is all about the flow, being able to perhaps remove obstacles from your path, things that you can do to help you flow forward, to invite more divine energy into your life. So it maybe isn't so difficult and it doesn't feel so boxy. They do want me to read a little bit from the book just so you can get an idea of Poseidon's energy, and also always feel free to call in this god and work with him if you'd like, because of course he will be in and of himself helping you to flow better, creating that flow. It says, expect a greater flow of creativity, ease, or prosperity. This card is a siren call to protect and enjoy the stunning oceans of the world. So also you may want to get around water. You may feel his presence a bit more around water. You may feel your father figure energy more present around water. If we're talking about a father figure who's still physical, you may want to go spend some time with them on the water, around the water, at the beach, by the lake, etc. Poseidon controls the flow aspect with great power. Call upon him when you need a flow of anything in your life, but in particular, creativity, abundance, fertility, or prosperity. Lovely, absolutely lovely. I mean, you're working with some wonderful energy, and if you chose this card for your father figure message, obviously we can see straight away that your father figure or your paternal energy is wanting for you to have a better flow to perhaps life in general. Maybe we'll get some specific messages around a certain area of your life, but first what I'm gonna do is just see what this deck can give us for like a coupling energy with the Poseidon card. Solitude, yeah, so spending more time alone. And I think if you're a particular father figure or a father figure that They just said you revered. That's how Spirit just said it. Or that you're close to or were close to. You can even see we have the water completely present around this little, I don't know, it looks like a little lighthouse or a windmill that doesn't have a light or the windmill on it. It just looks like a solitude place where you can kind of shack up for a bit. And I love that it's completely surrounded by the water. So yeah, spending time alone around the water. The solitude energy in this deck is all about just making sure that you have that quiet time for yourself. I think that if you've been feeling like things are not flowing, the first message here is to make sure that you're allowing that alone time and reconnecting with yourself, because it may be that you're just too busy, you've got too much going on all the time, you're maybe overwhelmed, or you're dealing with other people's stuff. You know, you're dealing with schedules, dealing with other people's wants and needs, dealing with whatever it is that people you have to take care of, whatever it is that you have on your plate, right, on your schedule. And what your paternal message or your father figure is kind of coming in to tell you is you need some time by yourself. You need some time alone. You probably need some time to think, to connect. Maybe you need some time to sleep. This is not the same as isolating yourself. However, it is important to have that special time alone, that retreat time. Okay. We are definitely going to get more messages. Actually, you can see what your paternal figure is helping you with here and assisting you with this coupling, the flow around solitude. And now what I want to take a look at for you to get some insight connected to this father figure is they're going to tell me a little bit about what you've been through, which is going to be informative, I think. And then also giving us their take on it, which I love to see. And then we're going to look at the power that you have in this particular moment, especially as it concerns being in the flow of things, allowing your life to flow. The opposite of flow is really control, right? So we may need to look at some of those aspects. If you've been kind of in other people's energy or trying to control certain external forces in your life, let's say, or other people's paths, other people's decisions, perhaps that's why the message is coming in for the solitude energy. It's like, just give yourself time to only have to focus on you, your wants, your needs, and what it is that feels right to you, getting to know yourself again, listening to your own heart, to your own light again. Okay, let's see what we have going on here for you. So insight on what you've been through, please. Ooh, look at that. The power card, gaining power, perhaps gaining insight, perhaps some storms going on. Yeah, we got lightning bolts and like power from the sky. The Empress. This is a creativity energy. So building your creativity, perhaps wanting to build your creativity. Wow, and a 3 of Wands as well. Double 3. So remember, Poseidon can help with creativity and flow and being able to put things together. And look at, this feels like lightning. Lightning in a bottle, I just heard. This is telling me that you've been working on something that's very powerful. You perhaps may be in creation mode or have been in creation mode. You may need to take a break to continue creating or to have that alone time to focus on whatever it is that you're creating so that you can feel the flow of it. I think what your father figure is saying, or this paternal message here, is like, the amount of power that you have, you may not be aware of, especially as it concerns what you're creating for the future. I think they're very, very proud of you here. And almost there's this element of like, there's this feeling and this element of surprise, like what you, again, they're saying lightning in a bottle, what you have been working on or putting your attention on, even though you may be juggling, because I feel the overwhelm and the need for the solitude, it's powerful and it wants to be brought into the future. I feel that they're proud of you, and I don't want to say that they're surprised, but there's this element of surprise, like, holy crap, like you're way more powerful than you ever imagined, and like lean into that. The only other thing that I will say is hopefully you've been learning how to take care of yourself, because poison ivy, it's like the creativity can be poisonous, like overdoing it. The Empress is very good at taking care of herself, at nurturing herself, at being her own caretaker. And so if you've been trying to learn how to do that, I think that the message here is giving you some insight perhaps into a piece or a part of that. And I think that your paternal figure wants you to know that it's okay to take some time to yourself, whether you're being creative in that time or not. You've gained a significant amount of power, insight, and it's meant to lead you. A Three of Wands is like planning for the future, using these lightning bolts that are coming together. I mean, look at it. It's like they're happening here and then they come together to ignite something. They just keep saying lightning in a bottle, lightning in a bottle. So you must have something that you're either working on, thinking about, some sort of insight that you have that is important or that's going to inform your future. And your paternal figure wants you to know that if you're thinking it's this, it's probably this. Like if you're like, oh my God, I feel like this is such a good idea. I feel like this is something I should put my time and energy into. I feel like this is something I need to create. If that's been your experience, then they're telling you, yes, it has a great amount of power to affect your future. And as I said, I would work with Poseidon, call him in, because he's going to increase the flow, right? What did it say at the start of this? Expect a greater flow of creativity. This is already a powerful creative flow that you have, that you've been going through. So it looks like we want to continue that. And your paternal figure is like, yes, you're on to something, group number one. Okay, let's see what we have for your power in the moment. We have power in the past, power in the moment. Okay, back to the solitude. Maybe there's a break that is needed. They're telling you, like, relax a bit. Maybe you've been working really, really hard and now you've hit like a wall, or maybe you're just tired. You could just be tired or worn out, because lightning in a bottle is hard to contain, maybe hard to work with. It's powerful energy. And that's where you're coming from. So they're telling you right now, it's time to lay up, read a book, do something that brings you joy, get some of that solitude time, perhaps plan a vacation. Sometimes the flow is really evident when we stop for a second. And not to mention, relaxation is part of the flow. So doing and creating and then taking some time to relax is actually part of a flow, a creative flow. Sometimes you get creative blocks, like writer's blocks and things like that. And the break allows you to, it's like the break breaks the block. Yeah, thanks, Spirit. Let's see what we have connected. Yes, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. There's been something that's bugging you, stopping you. Your message from your father figure is time to lasso this lasso this stuff. I keep wanting to say crap. Lasso this stuff, this heavy weight, this thing that's been bugging you, bothering you. If you run into a wall somewhere and you're trying to figure it out and trying to figure it out and trying to figure it out, a 10 of Wands says it's time to drop the burden for a bit and relax. Let's see what we have connected. The eight of cups, literally. Yeah. Your father figure, your paternal message here is all about releasing, walking away for a while, literally. To release the burden, you have to relax, and this gets you back into the flow. You've got to find some time for you. This gets you back into the flow. So this is your power in the moment, is dropping the burden that you've been carrying. I just feel like you're at a point, group one, or they're telling us, you're at a point where you've come as far as you can go for the moment. It's not to negate the things that you have been working on or creating, because we've already seen this is a very powerful, creation, idea, something that you're building, kind of passion, whatever it is that is here. Yes, it's all yes to this. It's just we need a break. And of course, luckily, we have this column here to get us to see what kind of guidance they have for you for the future. But right now, they're telling you, relax, release the burden, tie it up, leave it at home. It's time to release it for a bit. The Eight of Cups is an emotional card, okay? That tells you to walk away from the thing that's causing you emotional turmoil and harm. So these two together with a relaxation card, your paternal message, your father figure is clearly saying you need to set this down for a minute. It's like it's either making you crazy or it's exhausting you or it's overriding your energy. You need a vacation, you need a break. Even if you can only do like a staycation, make a promise to yourself to like not think about it, not do any work on it. Do things that make you feel relaxed, that bring you joy. Walk away from the stuff that's firing you up, right? And then release the burden. A 10 of Wands is like you've come to the end of the line. You cannot carry this anymore this way. I have a feeling all the diligent work and the ideas, and it was working and it was flowing, and now we've hit a wall. And so that's why you're getting this message from your father figure, like to stop and relax, take a vacation, take a break. Do not focus on it anymore. And now we're going to see what happens. The guidance for the future, please. Look at that. Yeah, it's a fresh new start. New beginnings on the horizon, literally. And can we just like look at this? It's like the rumbling, that feeling of something coming together, culmination, alchemy, magic. This is, again, lightning in a bottle. And then, we have to balance things out. It's just the way life is. Yin yang, right? There's a balance to everything. And so here you have to relax in the present because that's what fosters the new beginning. It brings it in. Thank you. Let's see what we have. It's the 6 of Swords. That's nice. This is a very peaceful, calming, mental card. Big support from that father figure for this new beginning. And the 7 of Cups. Nice. Look at the difference, right, in the energy of the cups. 6 and 7. Okay. Basically, what this is saying is this new beginning is not going to feel so, how do I say that? Well, number one, you're going to have access to different choices. You're going to have access to new dreams, and you're going to be more imaginative as a result of taking this break, right? That's huge, which especially if you're in a blocked energy, it's huge to have the flow of the 7 of Cups as we're seeing this big fountain. It feels like we're on fire here. We take the break and now we have access to like a flowing fountain of imagination. And coupled with the 6 of Swords, which is a card of peaceful mental transition, a time of peace and serenity. It's coming from like a rocky and difficult time and moving us into peaceful waters. It's also, as I said, a very supportive card. So you're going to feel this new beginning connected to what it is that you're hoping for and dreaming about, supported completely by your father figure. Okay, and aiding you in your mindset. So you may not be as frustrated. You may be having these brand new ideas. And the energy of this does not feel overdone. It doesn't feel extreme. It feels very balanced. The thing about the 7 of Cups that they want me to make sure to say is when you get these new imaginative ideas and you have this new beginning kind of developing and coming into your consciousness, because it looks like it's going to happen, you need the break to get into the peace of mind energy, to get into a more serene place in your mind about it. That's why they said here, don't even think about it. Leave it. It's like leaving your work at home. That's the feeling of it. Leave that problem for another day. Leave that solution for another time. Go and just enjoy yourself. Go and just relax. And then when you come back, you have this new beginning ready to start, and new energy in your mind is much more relaxed and at ease. You have options, maybe, as I said, new dreams coming to light, things springing up. And the 7 of Cups is about choices. So you're now able to access your heart center, have a different view on it, and make different choices that are more aligned with your heart. This is what's going to move you on this new path or create this new beginning. It's very beautiful energy. And your father figure obviously is totally available to help you. And I think Poseidon is just a wonderful, like, kind of added win. Win here with this, just because you want to be in flow. We all really, the truth is, we want to be in flow. We don't want to have stagnant energy, right? It doesn't feel good. We don't want to have stuck energy. Doesn't feel good. We don't want to have anxious energy, stressed out energy. And I think that you have something here, but you're missing a piece, and there's some kind of block. And so your father figure beautifully is telling you exactly what to do to get to this fresh energy where you're able to create from a different space, much more peaceful, relaxed. It's that feeling of like, it's not going to come to you because you're trying instead of, you're forcing instead of flowing. You're trying to control it. You're trying to figure it out. You just need to take a break. Okay. we are going to get a couple of cards here to just give us an idea of the energy, the topic, when you especially want to call on your father figure as you move forward here. Okay, when you need some courage. If you see a lion, that may be an indicator for you connected to your father figure. If you need some courage, some bravery, maybe you need some bravery to take the break in and of itself. Again, if you see a lion, that may be an indicator. And balanced emotions. Okay. Yeah, which is what they're trying to help you do by take this break, right? The 8 of Cups and then the 7 of Cups. It's like all of a sudden we move from this really frustrated or sad, kind of disappointing energy that's, again, in this forcing state. And then they help you balance your emotions, or you can call on them when you feel a little bit upended, or you feel like your emotions are not in balance at all, that you're in some sort of an extreme, or that you're losing it, they just said, or that you're losing it. They said it like that. That was funny. When you're losing it, they keep saying it. If you feel like you're losing it, then take a minute, go somewhere where you can have a moment to yourself, call in your paternal, your father figure, call in this person, and ask them to help you. Have the courage to balance out your emotions, or to bring in this more calm, peace sense about you, to relieve that, to walk away from whatever was causing this upheaval. Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice combination, the courage and balancing your emotions. It's all of the tools that you need in your toolbox in order to head to this new beginning energy, this beautiful future kind of vibe that you have going on. Okay, lastly, I am going to pull a couple of these crystal wisdom cards to get keywords that you might want to look out for connected to this father figure and their messages, their insight, their guidance. Okay. Golden calcite and inspiration. So the word inspiration, the feeling of inspiration, this powerhouse energy that you've had. If you're feeling inspired, I would say they're present. I am inspired in all that I do. They're talking about, how it's like easy to be inspired in this energy. But the goal, like what they're trying to help you with, is to also be like equally inspired in this energy. And they're showing me somebody like imbibing, you know, like drinking, relaxing, enjoying. It's like being inspired by the food, being inspired by the sight, being inspired by the smell of the salty sea air. They just said that. Salty sea air. Being inspired by what's presently in your life. That doesn't have anything to do with whatever this energy is, what you're trying to create. So they're trying to get you into that inspiration mode, but not just in the creative aspect, just in the normal kind of day-to-day. Ooh, okay, this one's fallen out. Let's see what this has to give you. The Herkimer and dreams. Lovely, yes. So inspiration and dreams. This is their faculty. This is where they are with you. This is how they're helping you. This is the area they're helping you with. I am constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. I'm going to say that again. I am constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. This is so important. Why? Because they're, again, your main message, group number 1 from this father figure, is to flow, and to understand that the flow is not always doing. Sometimes it's in the non-action, in the relaxation, in the joy of the present moment, in the smell of cut grass, they just said, in the smell of cut grass, that your dreams are being manifested all the time. You don't have to keep forcing when you hit a wall. In fact, they're guiding you to do just the opposite. And that's what provides you with this beautiful, new, inspired beginning that's connected clearly to your dreams. And then you'll be able to make choices from the heart, from a state of mind that just feels so much more peaceful. I feel like you are super lucky. This is a great energy to have someone guiding you to. Every time you feel like you're overdoing it, you're stuck, you're frustrated, frustrated, you're not in the flow, this father figure is coming in to help you with that. So I hope that this serves you as you move forward. Group number 1, it was my absolute pleasure to do this reading for you. It's very exciting energy. I love this kind of a pull for sure. If something resonated with you in this reading, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Make sure you hit the like button and you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss my future readings. I hope you have a wonderful time connecting with your paternal figure, your father figure, Poseidon, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your father figure reading today. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the second card option and the Norse god of marksman Ul with focus. So your paternal messages, this father figure energy is definitely going to be coming through to help you focus your attention on hitting your mark, right? Whether that's a goal that you have that's long-term, a short-term energy that you're looking to reach, a dream. Also, they were talking about something having to do with like a physical goal, like shift of your being. So maybe you're trying to shift your physical being or your mental self or your emotional energy. All of this is going to be part of your paternal messages that they're talking about for you. Now, they do want me to read a bit from the book, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that so you understand what Ul is all about. And if you want to work with him and call him in, kind of the energy he's providing you with, the insight he is helping you with. It says, clear-mindedness and a focused intent are necessary for success right now. You need stamina for long-term projects. So a lot of you will be working with Ul and perhaps your father figure, especially if they are in spirit, for long-term goals. Maybe you have a father figure here on the physical plane and you're working with them on something that is going to be part of your future, etc. It says, call on Ul when you need more focus and clarity in your life. No matter how harsh the terrain, literal or emotional, Ul can get you through to where you wish to be. He can lend you the stamina you need to complete a task when there are distractions, obstacles, or haters all around you. The fact that you wrote that's hilarious. Haters all around you. That's so no matter what you're facing. I love this energy. He is the essence of calm centeredness and will help you achieve what you wish to achieve with a minimum of fuss. Ooh, this is going to be exciting to see what messages you're getting. Group 2. I'm interested to hear what it is that you're working on. What are you focusing on? What do you want to focus on? Where do you feel that you're lacking focus, and what your father figure has to say about it. So I'm just going to get a card that couples with the Ul card just to give us some more insight. Metamorphosis energy upright too. So this is about transition, being able to build something and go through the pain of building it. It's like the cocoon energy into a butterfly, right? It's like this feeling of transition and death in order to be able to be set free and liberated, meet your mark perhaps. So you must be going through some sort of a metamorphosis in your life, transition, and maybe it's become a bit, harder, Group 2, for you to focus. And that's why you chose this pile. Or perhaps you're wondering what it is that you are meant to focus on as you move through the transition. That could also be the case. Love to tap into this energy. So what we're going to do is ask about insight on what it is that you've been through so far. So kind of past energy, but I like to hear the perspective of the father figure on what it is that you have been through, especially if you felt like you were going through a bit of a transformation here, a metamorphosis, you feel something else calling you, you have these dreams that you want to reach, or you have these big visions for yourself, but you're just not sure what to focus on perhaps. So I do want to see what they're going to give us for understanding about what it is that you have been kind of going through thus far. I want this top one. Okay. And then we'll look at the power that you have in the moment and the guidance that your father figure is providing for you right now. Jeez, these cards are a bit, I see it. Definitely this one. This? No, they're yelling at me, no. Let me just move these. This here. Oh, okay. Jeez. That was very specific. You have somebody specific happening in spirit. And so power in the moment, guidance for you in the moment, and then guidance for the future, because I want to see where it's going for you. Okay, let's start with the insight on what you've been through and what they have to say about it. Ooh, the wisdom card. This is such a good card to have like in a past position. They're telling you specifically, if you've been diving deep, maybe you've been going through a transformation, you have gained an immense amount of wisdom. And I just heard, couldn't have been any other way. It couldn't have been any other way. That's what they're saying. It's the feeling of it is, don't even try to figure it out and think about that it could have been different. It couldn't have been in any other way. That's actually a feeling that I'm familiar with channeling for individuals. You know, for years and years, I've been channeling individual readings and crossover loved ones, etc., messages. And when somebody comes in and it's like trying to relieve someone of that burden, like they say it like that. Nothing could have been any different no matter what you did or what you could have done. Stop thinking about how it could have been different and what you could have done differently. Couldn't have been any other way. And you've gained some wisdom. I want to look at the tarot. Let's see what else they have to say connected to this wisdom energy that you've been through, what you've been going through. Okay, you've got the Six of Wands. That's a powerful card of victory. You can see that happening there. It was an arrow hitting its mark. And the Nine of Cups. Wow, this combination. Wow. This is a powerful, victorious, fulfilling combination of cards. I feel like group 2, you have been through something pretty difficult. It may be concerning a crossed over loved one, concerning this father figure. And you have way more wisdom than you think. And I think that this energy here, maybe you've been working through the transformation, because a Six of Wands is a victory card that puts you in the spotlight. A Nine of Cups is a fulfillment card that has your heart overflowing and gives you sort of like this gift feeling. It's a reception energy where you get to this point where you're like, I'm so grateful that I have received this. This is like my dream come true. So because it's connected to a wisdom card, I believe your paternal message or your father figure is trying to tell you, like, as hard as it has been, it couldn't have been any different. And what you have gained from it is so much greater than what you have lost, even if it's me. Okay, so for some of you, this is a crossed over, this is a crossed over loved one. And, your spirit team members include your loved ones. So they don't go anywhere. They're just not physical anymore, but they like to be able to form a different kind of relationship with you. If you want to learn how to form like a loving connection, there is a link down in the description for a free checklist and, information for you there. But I feel that for a lot of you, you may be overlooking the wisdom you have gained that actually puts you in a completely beautiful, powerful position of fulfillment. I wouldn't be surprised if your father figure is helping you to focus on that instead of, maybe the difficult parts, the less fulfilling parts, the things that are hard, the stuff that you don't want. It's like they're trying to get you to realize what it is that you have gained from all of this and focus on that. Okay. You may have already been working on this because this is what you've been going through. Let's see what's happening in the present. Power in the moment, please. This feels calm. Simplicity energy. So focusing on the simplest way forward. Yeah. That's a weird phrase, but they're saying instead of easy does it, simple does it. Doesn't really rhyme or flow off the tongue, but that's the sentiment, is like simplifying everything is what you need to do in the moment. So if you've been overcomplicating things, they're going to keep pointing you back to this. This is very powerful energy. I'll say that. It just feels like you are now in control and in the spotlight of your life, and you have been fulfilled and you have this earned wisdom. You've like gained the talisman. It's talisman energy. And they want you to now use it in the simplest way. Do not overcomplicate. The simplest solution is going to be the solution. And focus your attention on simplicity in the moment now. Ace of Wands, look at that. One wand. And the Seven of Cups. This is lovely. So I like this energy that's in your reading. The feeling of whoever this is they feel like the beautiful mixture of let's get it done with dream. Like, let yourself be inspired, but don't overcomplicate it. You know, focus your attention and you got this. In the moment, they're telling you whatever's coming off that is inspiring, that new idea, that burst of energy inside of you. Allow yourself to be filled by it, and then make the choice from the heart that is the simplest way forward. It's like, keep it simple. You know, I don't want to say that word. Come up with another word. Put your name there. Don't overcomplicate right now. It's not worth it. It's not going to move you forward. If you need help focusing your attention on the simplest track forward, that's plenty. That's more than enough, they said. That's plenty to focus on. It's more than enough. You have more than enough to focus on if you can simplify. Plus, a Seven of Cups is connected to what is overflowing within you, what you dream about, you know, what you're reaching for. And if you're looking to get to a goal or achieve something, your father figure is telling you here, follow that point of inspiration. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by all the other things and then overcomplicate it. It's like the simplest solution, the simplest answer, the A to B, that's what's going to work for you right now. We're going to see what's happening in the future, but for right now, simplicity is key. And whatever it is that's sparking within you with this Ace of Wands, that's what you want to make choices based from an intuitive and heart-centered place. The Seven of Cups says, make the decision from the heart, make your choice from the heart, follow your dreams, but do it like you don't think about all of the things that you have to do to get there. You just focus on the next step. What is the simplest way to get from A to B? Once I'm at B, when I'm inspired, I'll figure out the best way and the simplest way to get from here to there, to B to C. That's the feeling. Maybe you've been overwhelmed by this energy if you've actually tapped into it, and your paternal figure, your father figure is noticing like how it's really hard for you to focus. There's this change going on. You know, it may have been difficult, and now you're kind of moving through the metamorphosis and realizing, oh my gosh, I went through this for a reason. I had to endure this for not just for anything, right? Like not just to be in pain or to go through trauma or whatever the experience was, okay? But to gain strength and to gain wisdom that there was no other way for you to be able to gain. And it puts you in the spotlight of your life in a very fulfilled place. What are you going to do with all that? It's like, it can be overwhelming. And so they're telling you directly, focus on what is inspiring you in this moment. Yes, have the dreams, but choose from the heart the most simplest thing now. Let's see where that leads, please. Guidance for the future. Ooh, interesting. So the heart center comes in here. I feel like this energy in the present is definitely going to help you a whole lot moving forward, because to me, the minute I flip that over, it just feels like there's emotional work that has to be done. And the forgiveness energy is always about freeing up your heart center. So either you need to forgive yourself, you need to forgive another. There is some emotional work that needs to be done. Let's see what the guidance is with the tarot. The Seven of Swords. Yeah. Seven of Swords is a manipulation card, and the Empress. Well, goodness. I mean, for some of you, this could be quite personal. It could have to do with your mother, deception having to do with your mother, forgiving her for manipulation or deception, lies, etc. Sorry to say that. If that is you, I am sorry to hear that. Your father figure is telling you that you need to work on this here in the future. So he's telling you to keep it simple, yes, now, and that's going to carry you so that you can work on this, because this is a card in its low expression of manipulation, deception, etc. And the Empress is the mother of the tarot, and she's depicted here as poison ivy. So this kind of combination for some of you is definitely going to be some sort of betrayal or deceit, manipulation of the mother. But you see what your father figure is telling you to do here. I mean, he's basically saying, forgive your mother, if that's you. Otherwise, we could also read it as needing to forgive yourself, take better care of yourself, stop telling yourself lies, especially if they're lies from the past. You may need to work on self-forgiveness. The Empress energy is about abundance and creativity and loving yourself and knowing that you're abundant and being able to take good care of yourself and nurture yourself. So if you've been kind of lying to yourself about how you're doing, like at the beginning when we picked up that energy of like, well, I want to change my being. I want to change my frame of mind. I want to change the way my body feels. I want to change my emotional self. I want to change something about me so that I can feel better. Remember, simplest steps connected to those goals. And then here you can see in the future, your father figure is saying, you've got to work on forgiving yourself or nurturing yourself and stop telling yourself the lies. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't have to do anything about that. I don't have to quit that. If you've got bad habits going on or things like that, you can rely on your father figure to help you to move through them. And you can see it's through a nurturing energy. If we look at the forgiveness and the Empress and the nurturing creativity, abundant energy, the mothering of the Empress energy tells you to mother yourself, right? Again, that was a side message before. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But for some of you, it is going to be that, forgiving your mother literally. But if you're not working on forgiving your mother is not deceitful or something like that, or hasn't tricked you or lied to you or any of that, then the message is definitely to work on opening up your heart to forgiveness. And with the Seven of Swords and a high expression, dealing with your own mental self, right? Your clarity for yourself. It's about how it is that you're nurturing yourself, how it is you're nurturing your creativity, how it is you're nurturing what you're bringing to life. So you can see that your father figure is helping you to stay focused in a very simplistic way in order for you to not just reach your goals, but to actually be able to open up your heart, heal a bit. And right off the bat, I love this energy because it tells us, group 2, that you have everything you need. You have everything it takes. Thank you, excuse me. They wanted me to correct the sentence. You have everything it takes to move through this metamorphosis and fly and be free. It's freeing your heart here, especially if there is something connected to someone who has crossed over. And I'm just going to say this again because they're asking me to say this again. If you have someone who has crossed over and you keep beating yourself up about something that you could have done differently, they're saying once again, it couldn't have been done any other way. So if you need to forgive yourself for those kind of lies that you're telling yourself, that this is coming through for you to hear several times, as we've heard, that there's nothing you could have done. This was all part of you gaining wisdom. I know that's kind of hardcore to say sometimes, but that's life. Sometimes you have to go through these horrible things or losing people in order to understand other things or gain the wisdom, gain the lesson, learn the lesson, etc. So now you have this beautiful father figure energy guiding you to use this wisdom, put yourself in the spotlight, focus on the things that are fulfilling you and act as if you have them already. Work from a simplicity, inspired kind of energy. Make choices from the heart. And then please don't hesitate to continue to nurture yourself. Focus your attention on freeing your heart, right? And caring for yourself better. Stop lying. One lie, pick out those swords, one lie at a time, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, you can change it. You have everything it takes. They're saying that again. You have everything it takes. Okay, I'm going to look now at a couple of words. These are beautiful talisman cards, and you in particular have earned a talisman here. This is what this feels like. This feels like a talisman to me. So funny that we're using the talisman cards for this spread. What and when to connect with them and kind of what they are communicating with you, like the certain topic or subject or keywords that we want to be aware of or for you to be aware of. Okay. Union. Interesting. So, you've got rhinos. Definitely pay attention to that as an indicator. Yin yang energy, the balance of things. If something is coming through for you here, right? Like a coupling, so your connection to them, your connection to your mother, your heart connection to someone else, a union that you're already in, whatever is popping into your head here, they're helping you with that. So just understand, like, that union, if it feels like a relationship, right? And so it's specific to you, they're helping you with that. Talk to them about it. Destiny. Wow. We've got a cage, we've got armor, and we've got the key on his back. This father figure has been saying this the whole time. This was always your destiny. You couldn't have done anything different. You're at a place where you have this like talisman energy. You've learned, you've earned, like you have the wisdom because you've gone through the experience. It's almost like he's kind of saying like, don't waste it. This is your destiny. And it is your destiny to fly and to thrive. But we're human beings. So, we don't usually just snap our fingers and we're good. It's like there are things that need to be accepted, worked on, etc. And so if you're like, why is this happening? All of those questions about your own destiny, how to kind of find the key pieces of information, right? Free yourself from the cages, free yourself from the armor. The armor in forgiveness energy is like protecting your heart, because you've been hurt. You have a beautiful father figure energy. I feel like he's helping you in relationships and helping you to focus on the right things, yes, but helping you to get through transition, helping you to like realize that it's okay not to like cage yourself up and protect yourself so heavily, even if you have been hurt. He's aiding you and it's affecting your relationship. So he's talking to you about that. Maybe your relationship with your father figure is what this is about, okay? But these are the areas that you want to make sure that you're, if you see like a knight in shining armor, a bird cage, a key, rhinos, the yin yang symbol, you know that your father figure is popping up to remind you, what are you focusing on? Are you kind of overblowing something, over dramatizing? Are you overwhelmed? Where can you focus your attention? What is the simplest thing that you can focus on right now? He also may be saying this union was always your destiny. So if you're thinking about a particular relationship, it's like this was always your destiny. He will help you with that. Simply lovely. Okay, keyword energy, keywords connected to your father figures to look out for. The Sunstone, empowerment, okay? Empowerment. I'm empowered in all areas of my life. And we see that, I'm sure. A sunstone also is a beautiful, vibrant stone. So if you feel called to get that, you can see, you have been lit up by this experience. It's just, I think there needs to be a shift and a change in something. And I think that's what Uhl and this father figure is here to help you do. Focus your attention on the right things. Red tourmaline and passion. Ooh, okay. That's like a very grounding energy connected to is like a root chakra, passion coming from the root of yourself. I am the embodiment of passion. Empowerment and passion, key words, union, destiny, empowerment, and passion. In general, it's a powerhouse of a combination of cards, these four together. You can see that it's almost like you're meant for something wonderful and meant for something great. And there's been a trek to get here. And now your father figure, your paternal message, the energy is like very clear. You're taking this earned wisdom and you're using it to move forward, not overcomplicating things, and then doing the work that you need to do. You're connecting to your passion, but you're not doing it in this overblown way. You're doing it with beautiful focus so that, again, you can move through this metamorphosis and be free, liberated. Or it almost just feels like, nurturing yourself breeds more creativity, more to be fulfilled by, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that your father figure just wants to be a part of that and already is, if you'll allow, if you'll accept, if you'll chat and communicate. So I hope that this serves you for the road ahead, group number 2. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you. Very exciting energy here to step into. And I always love it when someone says, you know, keep it simple. This is the way that your passion, which is the Ace of Wands energy, is going to lead you. Amazing. If something resonated for you in this reading, please leave me a comment down below. Make sure that you've liked the video and you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss my future readings. Again, it was an honor to read for you and to call in your father figure. I hope that this serves you, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your father figure reading. If you're listening to this, you have chosen the 3rd card option and Achilles, the Greek warrior who, of course, is famous for being in the Trojan War. Confidence energy is what's coming through with your paternal messages meant for you in this reading. So your father figure may be coming in to help you exude more confidence, feel more confident in your body, in your space, in your being, in your projects, with your communities, in the relationships that you have. They've asked me to read a bit from the book just to give you an idea of the energy of Achilles and what he helps with, because of course we're going to be getting messages from your father figure for this reading, but also if you want to call in Achilles and work with him, completely up to you, may be very helpful in the confidence building energy. It says, you are strong, worthy, and confident. Step forward in courage, knowing you can achieve exactly what you desire. Achilles may stride into your life when you need a confidence boost. Achilles walked around confident in his skills, wrapped in invisible armor that strengthened and protected him. We all need this. Know that you are worthy and capable, and you have the strength and smarts to do what it is that you need to do. You may need to grow your self-esteem from the inside out rather than relying on others for your confidence. That's important. Know that you are enough, believe in yourself, and you too will have armor that keeps you safe. I mean, we all know the stories of Achilles, but the energy that is attached to him is definitely from the inside out. It's like a belief system working continuously. So it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of messages your father figure has for you based on this energy. I am going to start by just getting a coupling card to the Achilles confidence card just to see what other information they'd like to give us. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. The flying card. Okay, this card has multiple meanings. It's a very cool card. The flying energy, especially upright, is about, number one, realizing just what this card was talking about, which is you have everything you need to achieve whatever it is that you want to. You can fly, right? You can fly. You have the ability to release yourself from things that are holding you back, chains that are holding you back, blocks, prisons, old habits, whatever it is that is kind of keeping you stuck or bringing you down, holding you down, you have the ability to fly. That's what this card is saying. And also, this card brings in the energy of a higher perspective. So you may need to be looking at your situation, your experience, your relationship, whatever it is where you feel like you're lacking a bit of confidence, that you have like kind of your head down, or as I said, you're feeling stuck. There may be a higher perspective that can assist you, that can serve you. And we'll see what kind of messages your father figure is going to be presenting for you that is connected to this, because if there is a higher perspective energy, a bigger picture vibe that you need to connect to, then I'm sure that we're going to be getting that information as well. And sometimes I think that we can get like lost where we have this thought process going on, and it like zeroes us in and puts blinders on, so we're only focused like right in front of us. We can't see past the tip of our nose. This kind of confidence that comes from Achilles is higher perspective confidence. It's a belief system that resides within you that doesn't just get broken, no one can kind of shatter it or break it. It perseveres, right? It perseveres. And there's this feeling of knowing that this is part of the bigger picture, right? The larger viewpoint on it allows you to move forward despite what might be happening in the smaller picture, or like right at the end of the tip of your nose, the end of your nose. Exactly. Okay, so what we're setting up right now is insight on what you've been through, because I do want to see what your father figure has to say about your previous experience, or, you know, the experience that you've been having perhaps as it relates to confidence. We're also going to look at the power that you have in the moment to give us an idea. Thank you. To give us an idea of how they're guiding you in this moment, and then we're going to get insight and guidance for the future. Okay, so let's see where we're starting here. Insight on what you've been through. Purification. Interesting. This is about growth after the storm, purifying and cleansing your energy, making sure that you're allowing yourself to not hold on to things that are like toxic, right? That are toxic or that are bringing you down, holding you back, etc. Like whatever condition is surrounding you, it could be, again, in a relationship, a certain experience, a project that you're working on, your own mindset, etc. It looks like hopefully you've been working on purifying that. Let's see what we have for guidance here. The Queen of Wands, a very powerful, charismatic, inspiring queen, and the Moon. Interesting combo. Look at this bird too. There's some soaring energy that is coming through your reading. It's the Queen of Wands. She has this light within her that never dies. One of the words that is associated with her for sure, especially in her high expression, is most certainly confidence. She shines her light. She is proud. She is very charismatic. People are attracted to her. I think that what's going on here, first and foremost, is that you perhaps have been taking a moment to kind of dig in and go, what is my true light? What is my true light and how does it shine? What does it need to be able to be brighter? Where am I holding myself back? What external things in my life? So again, the way that you're doing things, a certain schedule, a certain person, what you're surrounding yourself with, where do I need to purify that so that instead of dimming my light, it is brightening my light? And then with the Moon card, it's very interesting. The Moon card is a card of intuition. It is a card of being able to trust in the vast unknown, to trust in what's coming forward without having to know all of the answers. So maybe you were caught up in a bit of fear about the future flying, and that was breaking down your confidence. Your father figure is telling you here that it's time to purify, especially your external world, but I would say all of the above, anything that's dimming your light, and to start trusting your own intuition. Trust your intuition. And with the Moon card, it's like trusting the guidance that you're being given. Maybe you've been feeling a bit more intuitive, or you've been trying your best to tune into your divine self, which is what's connected to that light within. And here you can see your father figure saying, keep purifying. If that's what you've already been doing, it needs to be cleansed. Certain things need to be taken out of the playbook, is how they're saying it. Playbook. So maybe you've been running certain plays, okay? And they're just not working anymore. And so it needs to be reassessed for sure. Hopefully you're you're working on doing that. What I think they're saying here is lean into that. If you've already been kind of going like, I want to trust my intuition on this, or this person's really been bringing me down, trust that. Don't stay connected to or held back by or shackled to something that isn't working for you anymore. We want you to blossom here. Yes, exactly. There's a blossoming that wants to come to life. There's something that wants to grow here. And obviously it's connected to how you move about the world and your confidence in yourself and what you're capable of. But there is an element of needing to trust in the unknown. You're not going to have all the answers. So if that is something that you're thinking, I got to just figure this out first and then figure that out, and if I can get these pieces in place and I can see the road ahead clearly, then I can be more confident. Your father figure is telling you that's not going to happen. Okay, that's not how life works. We cannot know the future. So don't even worry about that. Purify that thought from your mind. Like, get rid of that. Instead, focus on your own light and bringing that to life. Whatever is inspiring you, whatever it is that you that brings joy to your life, that you have passion about, whatever makes you feel more beautiful even, that is the thing that you want to lean into. If your intuition is guiding you to some practice or to some like hobby, to some sort of thing that you can get your hands in or you can be a part of, that would be part of your father figure kind of pushing you in that direction. If someone has left your life or something's been taken from you or something's been kind of if it's gotten rid of, or they're using the word rid, so I'm trying to, like, if you've rid yourself of something or the universe seems to have like taken it from you, or someone has left your life, or an opportunity you thought was going to happen didn't work out, just know that your father figure is saying that it needed to be purified. It was either going to stop your growth or stunt your growth or keep you in a place where you couldn't grow. So let's see what we have for the power in the moment. What kind of power do you have in this moment? Because if you're purifying, purification makes space for something else to come in, right? Okay. Okay. So they're telling you to be patient. You've got the patience card here. I mean, I love spirit, and your particular father figure seems to be kind of on point with the way our mind can work sometimes as, human beings. We're like, okay, I got rid of this. I purified that. I'm done with this. I'm more confident, right? Like I've unshackled myself. And so shouldn't it happen now? Again, we don't know. Here we're practicing not needing to know everything about the future and instead trusting that everything's happening exactly as it's supposed to. So that's divine orchestration energy, right time, right opportunity, right order. And so they're telling you in this moment, all of your power surrounds this patience energy. Let's see what we have here. Knight of Pentacles, which is, appropriate. Slowest moving knight, still movement, but slow movement. And the Chariot. Look at that, the Flash. I think this is the Green Lantern and the Flash. Lovely. So a lot of movement. Both of these cards are movement towards success. The coupling energy with a patience card is very nice. It's your father figure trying to tell you not everything has to happen in a flash. Some things may, and other things may take a bit of time. They may take a bit of research, is what I just heard. Take a bit of research. So you may have things on your mind that you want to move forward clearly with two movement cards, the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles. But it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, in divine time, and not a moment before. Just going to scoot these over a bit so we have room. Not a moment before. Your father figure really is like practice patience is the practice. And I know that that's not always what everybody wants to hear, right? Nobody wants to hear, well, you just got to be patient. But here we can see that they're saying it to you with a wink. Okay. Just because we're being patient, it doesn't mean that things are not moving. In your case, group number 3, building of the confidence with patience, looking at the higher perspective, purifying your life, trusting your intuition, growing your light again. It's done one step at a time. A Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. He's connected to earth energy. So if you need to do some research about how to move something forward, be patient with yourself and go ahead and do that research. If you're unsure about the next step, call in your father figure. They're telling you, you can move ahead. It's almost like slow and steady energy is what's going to help you accelerate the movement, as opposed to what our mind tells us, right? Which is like, if it's not moving fast, then it's not accelerating. Sometimes that's not the case, and it looks like all of your power in this moment is moving things forward. So being able to fly, but doing it in a way that is very practical, right? The Knight of Pentacles is a practical knight. He makes sure that he kind of knows what's going on, and then it feels like it makes sense to his mind and it's doable, and then we move. And I think that as you allow yourself to be patient and gather all the research or the insights or the information that you need, that the boxes are being checked off, this is what you want to talk to your father figure about, because he probably is going to be pointing you in the right direction, whether on the physical plane or not. This is the energy of it feels like someone's having a meeting and then there's a few loose ends. So then they go and they figure that out, and then they come back and then they have another meeting. They get the go. They make sure all the boxes are checked off, and then they make the movement. And because of taking your time with it, it moves even faster. Also, the Chariot energy is connected to the divine. So your father figure is involved in the momentum of whatever it is that you're trying to move forward, right? And maybe there's a certain aspect or certain piece of insight that you need in order to aid you in being more confident, and that's what's going to help move you forward. You may need to listen to the divine so that you're working in tandem with your father figure or with Achilles or with your spirit team, because the Chariot moves in the right direction when both you and your divine team are on the same page. So if you're like not listening at all and just barreling forward and not having the patience and not doing the research, you might find yourself a bit stuck or having to redo things. So your father figure is telling you you're going to have the momentum that you want towards whatever it is you're trying to succeed at, if you can be patient and take one step at a time. Be quite practical. They just said, get your head out of the clouds. Okay. So like grounding yourself in it. Taking these small steps, I think, is going to build up to, it's like building your confidence step by step. It's going to build up to make you feel like, oh yeah, I definitely got this. And I also think you're going to see some of the returns on it. Like you'll take the step and it probably works really well, or it moves you forward, or there's a result that you can get behind and your mind gets on board. You're like, oh, this makes sense. And that helps to move you forward as well. So you're constantly working with your father figure, your spirit team, and building that confidence every step of the way. Also, if there's a piece of information that helps you see the bigger picture, you got to be patient and take the steps so that you get, like you hit the marker and then you get that insight, and that may just move you right forward. It's like, oh my God, I was waiting for this solution, or I was waiting for this answer, or I needed this insight, and now I understand what to do and I can put this into motion. Very cool. Okay, let's see what they have for guidance for you for the future. Oh, very nice. That's nice. Inner Peace card. I'm just listening. There's all this chatter. It's a Paul Simon song. I don't understand how it relates. Slip, slide, and away, that's what's playing. The more you near your destination, the more you're slip, slide, and away. Interesting. Something like that. It's almost like understanding that there is no destination. You've got a very intelligent father figure here trying to remind you of some of the basic principles of life here. Patience is movement, like momentum is gained. And then it's just this feeling of there is no there. Like it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And in the future, you'll find yourself in a peaceful flow if you can realize like there's a huge picture to this, not just whatever it is that you've zoned in on. Clear yourself of the drama of that and allow yourself to be at peace. Interesting. Let's see what we have. Page of Wands. Exciting, kind of new, inspiring chapter. Wow, and the Sun card. Yeah, and Superman. This is interesting. Wow. And look, we're getting the sunflower energy yet again. The purification is complete and we're at peace. The healing is complete. The growth has happened and you're at peace. And look at this. It's not just one sunflower. You can see all of them in the background. There's probably, miles and miles is what they're saying. Miles and miles of growth. Oh, wow, group 3. I love the energy of this father figure, whatever's coming in right now, whoever this is, how this is connecting to you. It's wonderful energy. So Page of Wands is Page of Fire energy. You can see she's stirring something up and so happy about it. And then, of course, the Sun card, and he even, look at him in this picture, this illustration. Let me just look at it. It looks like, he's like looking to the sun. It almost looks like his eyes are closed. He's calling in the healing. He's being rejuvenated. He's calling in the growth. He's calling in the joy. The sun is the most positive healing card in the tarot. So joy, happiness, not only peace, but this is like very inspiring. It's like elated and peaceful. Like your insides are at peace and your life has new light to it. So you're not just gaining confidence in a higher perspective and having the movement or trying to reach your goal or doing whatever it is that you're looking to do. You're healing. It feels like you're moving to a healed perspective of your life where, yeah, whatever it is you were working on purifying here, it creates this whole new chapter that you get to step into, that you trust your inspiration, you trust how it moves, you don't want to push it, you don't have to push it, you have enough confidence to go like, this is the time for this, and that's cool, and then I'll wait, and I'll listen, and I'll be curious, because a Page of Wands is very curious. What is inspiring me today? I wonder what the day is going to bring. I wonder what I'm going to be connected to. I wonder what's firing up today. And to have the Sun card here, it just feels like we've healed something big. It's this energy of this higher perspective, almost like divine laws, understanding that, again, there is no destination, that it's all about the journey and being at ease and being at peace as you're slip sliding away, as you're moving along. I don't know why that song is still playing. You might want to listen to that. I almost want to listen to it to see how it connects, but maybe there's a connection for you specifically with that Paul Simon song or Paul Simon in general. Anyway, to have the healing and the growth happening in spades, you can see the multiplication that is going on here from this very clear upfront one sunflower to fields of sunflower, hope restored. It just feels so good, and you're at peace. So make sure that you're bringing your father figure along for the ride. They're going to help you to trust your passion, to trust what you are kind of like what's stirring within you, and to follow that and to allow whatever growth that needs to happen, and to be in joy and happiness doing it, to be at ease. It feels like creating from a whole different place almost. Wow. Very, very cool. It's like all of this purification and patience is worth it for the peace. Peas, lots of peas. Purification, patience, and peace. Okay. I'm definitely going to get some more insight for you now. We're getting the Talisman deck to see what and when to connect and communicate with your father figure for, what to call on them for. So literal, divine guidance. They're like, yeah, I'm here. I'm helping you. I'm helping to guide you. That's very literal. And almost with the frog and the dragonfly, it's like connect you to the magic, the next opportunity, or how it is that you're meant to move forward. Also, frogs are definitely signs of transformation, right? They don't start off as a frog. And so how to move forward, any kind of divine guidance you may need. And balanced emotions. So learning how to, you're working towards inner peace. So I feel like your father figure is all about it. It's like they're all about, okay, breathe, be patient, trust everything is happening, learning how to trust your intuition, learning how to, like if you get all fired up, because you've got the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. You got fire happening. If you get all fired up, you get angry, you get frustrated, you can call on them for divine guidance to help you learn how to balance your emotional body, to be patient, all of the things they're talking about here, to purify your emotional body perhaps, and to have more confidence, right, in those spaces, instead of letting yourself be swept away by some sort of emotion that you feel like isn't connected for you. The whole purpose of this energy and your messages are all around getting yourself to a place of clarity and peace. It's a lot of movement. It almost feels like you'll be living the life of your dreams, or like however it is you thought you were gonna move to get to somewhere has been knocking your confidence, and instead they're helping you to purify whatever it is that you thought and what you were doing, see the huger perspective, see the bigger picture, fly, let's set yourself free here, trusting your intuition, regaining that flame within, making these moves, but patiently, grounded, right? Very practical. And we see the movement happening and we see the fire gaining. And then this brings us to this different kind of emotional state where you're in inner peace and you're healed and you're growing and you will continue to grow. The Page of Wands is, any kind of page is the start of a new like chapter in your life. It's news that welcomes in a different way. I think your growth and your healing will just continue as well. So call on them for divine guidance. Call on them to help you balance the things that you're feeling and how things are moving, etc. All right, and now keywords connected to them to look out for. We're using the Crystal Wisdom Mini. We've got the Serpentine and transformation. So that word, transformation, is connected to them. Not surprising since we're seeing the transformation happening. My life is transforming at the perfect time in the most powerful way. Thank you. Yes. This is it's like learning to trust. It's wonderful. Okay, so transformation and what else, please? Okay. The opal and joy, of course. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. If it's been hard, heavy, difficult, right? Burdensome, if you've been feeling depressed or down, if you felt like I don't have any confidence, I don't like what's good about me. This is the kind of transformational energy, transformation and joy. It's your father figure is helping to lead you back to your true essence, your true self, your true light, to shine, to be healed, to grow, and to be at ease, at peace, and to be happy. It feels like you're going to be happy and free, right? Happy and free. So I hope that this serves you as you move forward on your journey, connecting with your father figure, and if you'd like, calling in Achilles, group number 3. It was my absolute pleasure to do this reading for you. If something did resonate in this reading for you, please leave me a comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button and that you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss my future readings, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, Group 4, and welcome to your father figure reading. If you're listening to this, you've chosen the 4th card with Thor, the Norse god of thunder, bringing in the action energy for you. So your father figure messages will definitely be around motivation, getting it started, doing things about it. It's like physical action is necessary in this group. And that's exciting. I love to be led to an action point because when you're working with spirit, right, it's really important to do your part. They can't actually take the action for you. And so with Thor on your side, we'll see what your father figure has to give you, or the father figures that are coming through these paternal messages that are meant for you around actioning something in your life. Or maybe multiple things. This feels like momentum energy is gained and we're doing something about it. So they've asked me to read a bit from the book here for you, just so you can understand the energy of Thor a bit better if you want to call him in. It says, the time has now passed for waiting and inertia. Real action is necessary. Trust that you are protected and supported while you move forward. We can call upon Thor when we need some real action. He is a brilliant rut buster, someone who will forcefully make action happen. If we feel inertia, tiredness, or frustration that things are not happening how we want, call upon Thor and his mighty hammer to smash a way through. So, wow, removing obstacles as well. Getting caught in a cycle of negative thought or behavior often needs forceful action as we get comfortable with our lives, even when they are unhealthy. Thor is protective of his own, so we can feel safe knowing that his might will shield us as we move forward into the unknown. This is beautiful energy. So not only are you getting protection happening here, but removal of obstacles and this motivation to help you get started, move things along. Really take the actions that are needed. Okay, I am going to start by just adding a coupling card from the Enchanted Map deck just to get some more information on the Thor energy and perhaps what your father figure will be guiding you with, helping you with. We've got the Education card here. and it's in the reverse position. I am going to read it reversed as it comes. Either way, this card is a great card, whether it's reversed or upright. The education card is all about not knowing something and needing, of course, to either get educated on it or to learn more about it. When it's reversed like this, it's, you know, the Thor energy and your father figure basically telling you that it's okay not to know. You don't have to know everything. That's not a requirement. And certainly nobody knows everything. It's just not the way us humans work, right? You don't have to know everything to get started. You don't have to know everything to take action. And the beautiful tip, tool, phrase that goes along with this card is, I don't know yet. So make that part of your vocabulary. That's what they just said. Make that part of your vocabulary. I don't know. And then you add the yet, because it will open you up to new insights, new information, and lead you forward to take the right actions, of course. Because this is in resistance position or reverse like that, you just want to be very conscious of what is stopping you from taking action, number one, is what I'll say. But closing yourself off to learning new things, being open to learning, that kind of thing. Being a know-it-all is what this card warns against when it's reversed, right? No, I already know how to do that. I already know how to do that energy. Your father figure and Thor are going to help you overcome any kind of it's because that's really connected to the ego energy. It's like the ego isn't involved. Let's do this. If you don't know, that's cool. Just say, I don't know. Again, you're making that part of your vocabulary, right? I don't know yet. Let's figure it out. Let's find out. Let's get guided, get guided with it. Fun. I suspect this group is not only going to be very powerful on the physical plane with Thor and the action energy, but also if you can overcome any kind of block that you've got going on there with the education vibe reversed, you will be getting insights left and right. Whenever we say to Spirit, I'm not sure yet. Do you think you could help me out with that? Do you think you could give me some insight? Could you give me some information in a way that I can understand? I wonder about this. I don't know about this yet. You know, I'm open, whatever you've got. When we say that, we open up the channel to receive the information. So if you are opening yourself up and going like, hey, I wonder how to take the best action. What should I do here? What do I need to know about taking this step? You're just going to receive it, and that's going to throw you into action energy. Okay, what I'm doing now is just setting up your reading. What we're going to do is ask for insight on what it is you've been going through from your father figure, because I want to see what they have to say about it for you. Also, the power that you have in the moment and what kind of insight they can give us around that. And then we'll also look into guidance for the future for you. This one. And what they have to give you about what's coming up. Thank you. Woo! Ace of Pentacles. We got a picture. I'm gonna flip it till we get to it. If a card ever flips and shows its face to us, I mean, that's your father figure going, opportunity in the future. So we got a little preview. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's see first what we've got going on for insight on what it is that you've been going through, especially as it concerns maybe you've been feeling stuck or, you know, that inertia energy that the card description was talking about. Fulfillment. Oh, did you complete something? Okay. Maybe you completed something and now you're like, what now? Wondering what to do next. Let's see what we have for this. The strength energy. And Ace of Wands. We saw that ace. This is another ace. I mean, we're only pulling 6 cards from this deck. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you've been at it. You moved mountains. They're saying you moved mountains. You've hit some sort of really powerful marker. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you've like given all of your strength, and now you're like, what do I do next? How do I move forward? This Ace of Wands is about inspiration and maybe there's a new. Yeah, this feels like some sort of new but unfamiliar. It feels new and unfamiliar energy. Yes, see, I'm getting a nod. Okay, perhaps you were doing something prior and it was fulfilling, or you met a marker, or you gained some accolade in it. You achieve something, you got to a high degree. It's like you got the trophy, or you got to the step you wanted to get to, or you got the letters behind your name that you wanted to get, or whatever it is, right? Like whatever you were going for, it feels like that was fulfilled. And now there's something else. It's almost like, what should I do next? But I feel like you kind of have an insight here. With an Ace of Wands, it's almost like something's coming up. So, inspiration, like you have a new idea, but it may not be in your wheelhouse, which here that would be very important to know, right? Because an education card reversed, if you're like, you don't know much about this, but you're pretending that you do, there's a time and a place for that. But apparently for you, group number 4, it's not now. That's not what this is. This is like, learn more about what's inspiring you. I feel like this group is, first of all, I just want to say, it's like, you are not lazy. You are not the type, it doesn't feel like it almost feels like you guys are doers. And there's something that's popping up within you that you're being inspired to create, or they're saying far-fetched. That's what they're saying. It's a bit far-fetched, but it's meant to be kind of explored. And I don't think that it's your comfort zone. It may not be your area of expertise. And your father figure is like, this is what life's about, right? Like we don't have to know everything about everything, because we don't already. It's okay not to know. So whatever you have used prior, wherever your strengths are, right? Some of that will be used in your future. I feel that. I feel like you're very intelligent. You get stuff done. Like, I don't know, you feel almost motivated, like a high achiever energy. You want the best or something like that. And so this energy here, it's like, I've done this. Now what do I do? And you're trying to use your brute strength like you used to, but the strength card has 2 sides to it. And I think there's a vulnerability that needs to happen here. You see this lion, he's bright green, and he's sitting, he's laying down. To me, he doesn't feel, maybe he is standing, but I just see him, to me, he's laying down and kind of has his paws off the side. While, I wish I knew who this figure was. I don't know who this superhero is like holding up the rock. So he's not worried. The lion is vulnerable, right? And he's trusting that this dude's gonna just hold that above his head. It's not gonna crush him. It's not gonna drop it on him. I think that this group needs, the message is that you need to be a bit vulnerable here and trust whatever is sparking within you, whatever that new idea is, whatever that point of passion is. It could be something that your brain is telling you, this is so stupid, or I can't be caught dead doing this, or my family, my friends are going to make fun of me if they ever knew, right? That's why they keep saying it's super far-fetched, but they're on board. Whoever this father figure is on board. It's almost this like a permission to explore and do something different. So, as you're leaning into this, I feel like, you probably are going to have to be a bit vulnerable. You may be known as something, and you're meant to dip your toe and your spirit into something different, and you're meant to be a bit vulnerable. And let's see what we have in the moment. So power of the present moment, because this is so cool. It almost feels like you're on the verge of reinvention or something, and you're kind of stuck, and maybe you don't know what to do. And like Thor blasting through obstacles for you, allowing you to be vulnerable, just learning, being open to learning a new skill, something new, taking the actions that just on inspiration alone. What is it? Living off inspiration? No, that's not it. It's like, I don't know the saying, spirit. Living off, no, it's not living off inspiration. I'm sure if you're listening to this and you know it, you're like screaming at the screen. Screaming at the screen. I don't know it. They're not giving it to me. It just feels like I'm living and breathing, and that's how I'm surviving off inspiration. If it comes to me, I'll let you, or write in the comments if you know it. Power in the present moment. Oh my God, you guys, come on. Action and action. You can't make that up. Something has been completed and fulfilled in your life, and now we're taking action on something I believe is a bit different. It's like whatever it is that we're going through, we use those skills, of course, but you may need to use them in a different way. I think this is what your father figure is kind of trying to get to you here, the message to you and help you with. You're clearly actioning something in this moment. Let's see what the tarot says. King of Wands. Oh my gosh. Top of the suit. I think this is, who is this spirit? I wish I knew these. I'm going to look this one up. They want me to look it up. I want to look it up. I got to get my book. Book, where are you? Here it is. Bear with. I think this is Loki. King, Knight of Wands. Starman, totally off. But it reminds me of Loki for some reason. Jack Knight. This is so interesting. They're having me read this to you. This has not happened in one group. I feel like it is out of your comfort zone. Okay. Jack Knight never wanted to be a hero. But when he heard the call, he knew he had to answer. That's what this is. Oh, they're laughing in spirit. They're laughing at me. That's great. Similarly, you are being given an opportunity. The good news is that, like Starman, you are more than capable of rising to the challenge. With your charisma, influence, and determination, others are drawn to you and will support your vision, even if it's unconventional. That is uncanny. Your father figure is like, I know it's far-fetched, but we got this, But you're the man, you're the woman for the job. That is uncanny. He never wanted to be a superhero, but he's called to it, and that's what it is. That's the energy we're picking up on. Wow, let's see what's connected. The Six of Pentacles, look at that. That's verification. Look, it's like people paying you or people giving their energy to you, investing in you, believing you. This is also the universe. Wow, this pull. You guys, what are you up to? What is inspiring you, group number 4? Jeez. Yeah, clapping in spirit now. Laughing, clapping. This does not feel like one energy to me. There's a team built around whatever this is. You're going from the ace to the leader of the suit. Full suit here. From the past with this inspiration right to, it's so uncanny. I cannot believe the description of this Starman. I mean, they asked me to use this deck, but I don't know the superheroes. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I did. I wish I knew them better. It was like my thing, so I knew more about them. But when he heard the call, he knew he had to answer. You're being given an opportunity. And you're more than capable of rising to the challenge. The Six of Pentacles is a card of karmic reciprocity. It is a card that says when you give of yourself, even if you don't know, be open because you're totally capable of actioning whatever this is. And you're gonna see that reciprocity, that gift coming back. Something's going on here with this group, and your father figure is, as I said, completely on board, gung-ho for this almost. It's like a gung-ho energy because it's action oriented. You've been able to complete this, and now we're moving, it seems, in a very different direction, not what you thought. But the Six of Pentacles is the universe providing. So your father figure is going to keep providing you with a gift, an insight, the information, whatever you need. Top of your game. And a King of Wands is like this. He's so inspiring. He's almost irresistible, right? Because he's so passionate about whatever it is he's doing that he calls people to him, his light, etc. Starman. I mean, maybe you are Starman or Starwoman. Okay, call yourself that if you like. I'm not going to stop you. Everybody's applauding again. You've got a group here. Yeah, this is a group energy. This is just a side note, but if you are working on a particular project, like if you know what this is that I'm talking about here, that they're talking about, that everybody's all up in arms about, that you've been called to do, you probably have a team built on your spirit team. So multiple team members, multiple guides. Obviously, this father figure is involved in this. And they're guiding you specifically in that group for this. So there'll be multiple different areas, different guys that are making this move. Because a Six of Pentacles is like things balancing out. It's like you were always meant to do this. Like you said, he never wanted to be, but he is. And that's that. And now it's time. And the universe is going to give back to you as you give generously. Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh, it's amazing energy. I just would love to know what this is referring to. Okay, guidance for the future. Let's see where this is headed. Opportunity card. Group 4. This is amazing. Wow. I mean, so many. The group energy is overwhelming now. It just feels like it's not just support, it's like encourage. That's what I'm saying. You can pick out obviously the father figure that we're intentionally called upon. You got cheerleader guys. You probably have motivation guides going on, which you have 2 action cards. You definitely have creativity guides, probably. There may be like a management guide that's there. I would look into it. Opportunity is a knocking in the future, big time. Yeah. I'm trying to see what they're talking about here with this. So I'm just listening for a second before I flip the tarot. There's something about the cycle, okay, of something. So they're talking about the cycle because the moon energy, but they're talking about the cycles. And then there was this like the feeling of congregation under the stars, okay? So you may want to go and talk to them at night is kind of the feeling I'm getting. And there may be something that happens on a monthly cycle. Again, not really sure what that's referring to, but that's what I'm being given. Maybe you check in with them monthly or you're setting up something that is monthly. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. Opportunity. This group is amazing. And the 6 of Wands. Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to fall out of my chair over here, group 4. Okay. Good thing I have things around me to catch my fall. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is the card of physical opportunity, new job, new home, some sort of a presentation on the physical plane. So you can see it coming here, coming back to you, the opportunities being presented, the gifts being given, and then it literally happens. And you have the opportunity card here. It's undeniable. Opportunity, prosperity, those are the words that are connected to an Ace of Pentacles. It's like the universe handing you something, but it's very physical because Pentacles connect to earth energy. So this isn't like la-di-da things that you're gonna find in, the ethereal realm or emotionally. Yes, I'm sure you'll be happy about them or your emotions and your thoughts will be affected. However, Pentacles are physical. So this isn't something that's just being given to you like in your thoughts. Yeah, you need the information. You need to pay attention to what you don't know and make sure you're getting all that insight to help you take these actions at a high expression, of course. However, it's showing up on the physical plane, and here it is again, showing up on the physical plane. So be expecting that you're going to be presented opportunities here to put you in the spotlight. The 6 of Wands, look at you. Here you are, group 4. Oh my gosh, this group. And it's uncanny, this pull. This is a crazy reading to me because the energy is so clear and the group is so on board. You must already be involved in this or something. For a lot of you, this is already going on, and that's why it's maybe more clear, right? You've made decisions or something. But this is you. It's like we go from the one idea to top of your game and actioning it, and then here is the victory card. The 6 of Wands is a card, first and foremost, of victory. It's putting you a cut above the rest. It's putting you in a position where people are recognizing you. They're giving you accolades. They're acknowledging your achievements, etc. You're in the spotlight, literally. You may have an opportunity to share your idea, share what you're doing, speak. You may be sharing things in a different way with a larger audience or something. You may be reaching more people. It's an opportunity to shine, a double opportunity to shine. And it's not it's not untangible, right? It's in this tangible world. What your father figure is saying is it's not going to be confusing, right? Like you're going to know what's coming up. You're going to be given these opportunities, handed these opportunities to shine. This could be And of course, you're banking on action. You've got Thor here. You've got the know-how. I bet you have some really cool guides on your team helping this along and moving this along and guiding you along as you're moving forward straight into double opportunity and being at the top of your game, or being in the spotlight is what it feels like. It's like you're already at the top of your game. There's some marker that has been hit, and if fulfilled, now you're meant to be vulnerable a bit, and maybe you already have been working on this, using your skills that you have here to action something that is going to create this beautiful balance and provide for other people, and then it's going to provide for you even more opportunity to showcase it, to put it out into the world, for people to see it, for you to be recognized, or maybe even recognized for it. It's the applause again. I wouldn't be surprised if you start tapping into your team, okay, that you hear applause a lot, because they keep applauding. Everybody, it feels like you have a whole group just working with you. Wow, it's so cool. And if you're wondering if your father figure is like, crossed over loved ones, that question comes up. Are they helping me? Are they helping? And yeah, your crossed over loved ones, they talk to your guides. They help. They converse with each other, right? Like, everything is energy. Just remember that. So yeah, your father figure and your guides are all in this amazing group helping to move this forward magnificently and provide you with opportunity. But here's the thing. This is the only thing I'm going to say. Then we're going to flip these. You have to be doing here. You can't not take action, right? Like, if you stall or if you refuse the help, the guidance, the path. I mean, again, talk about what this said. Like, you didn't realize that, but it's a calling. If you refuse the calling with this energy, oh my gosh, I'm going to repeat this only because it's what I heard, but my God, they said misery will ensue. Excuse me, not fun energy. It will feel like you're not aligned, like you're not showing up for whatever this is. So whatever this is, don't let yourself get in your head about it, because it's about doing and channeling, essentially. And you've got a whole team that's allowing you to step into this like vulnerability energy and go ahead and do this and put yourself in the spotlight. Let's see what we have here. This is about when it is you want to connect, who it is you want to call on or communicate, and about what. Okay, look, the anchor's coming in to ground you, which is beautiful, grounding energy. So again, you may have a grounding guide, you may have an earth guide, Gaia energy, Mother Earth, grounding practices, a guide to anchor you. Your father figure, thank you, is coming in to say, like, listen, call upon me when this might be, you're getting overwhelmed. You got fire here guiding you forward and in the physical plane. So it's happening on, in your life, on your journey, on your path. If you feel a little bit out of sorts or disconnected or overwhelmed, your father figure's there to help ground you and anchor you. They just said the principles will anchor you. So maybe what your father figure taught you, or like the principles or the morals that he went by, that kind of thing. And resilience with a fox energy. So look for an anchor as an indicator. Look for a fox, spirit animal energy, right? As an indicator. If you see a fox, that's your father figure. Foxes are not only resilient, but they're super resourceful. So it's like whatever it is that you're learning or engaging in, like the information you're getting that might be new to you, you're going to be able to utilize it and be resilient and resourceful to move this forward. So call upon your father figure when you need a little bit of grounding, or you need to feel like make it through, be resilient. This is big energy and it can be overwhelming. So it's okay to like reground yourself, take some time out. You will move through it beautifully, I think. It's almost like when spirit calls, like answer the call feeling. But I just think that, yeah, your father figure is reminding right here, like life can be overwhelming. Opportunity is wonderful, but it can be overwhelming. If you have some kind of burst of something that like you're not expecting, or you're maybe not super feeling prepared for, or you've never done before, let's say, it can feel like too much, right? And in those moments, that's when you reconnect to your father figure and allow them to help ground you. You may want to get a grounding practice that you do with your father figure in place for these moments. Okay, and to close, we are getting keywords that you want to look out for connected to your father figure. So this is just something to keep in mind. These also have affirmations on them. The tiger's eye and courage, yes. I am courageous, and this energy supports me throughout my life. And I think we already know that with your energy here. But if you need help, courage and grounding is available. And one more, please, for group 4. They're looking for a very specific card here. Ooh, there it is. Okay. Whoa, Ancient Wisdom Crystal. Ancient Wisdom. Yeah, I feel like it's connected to some sort of like this was always supposed to happen. I am an expression of the powerful ancient wisdom of my soul. It guides me through life. Courage and ancient wisdom. If you need something, if you see these words around or you need something that is connected to this, like, I don't know what to do. I need some courage. I need to be grounding. How do I, tapping into ancestral wisdom may be part of this as well. Talk to your father figure. See what they have under their belt. Tell them, remind me of the wisdom of our ancestors. Help me here. Help me have the courage. Wow, this is amazing energy for you, group number 4. I'm very excited for you. Remember to call upon your father figure. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed with this energy, you're here to do something absolutely magnificent, clearly. And although, it's a calling, it may feel a little uncomfortable at times. There may be things that you really need to be open to learning as you're taking the actions. Learn as you go, like that kind of vibe. You are totally capable of doing this. And with the support of this amazing team that you've got here, as well as your father figure, like sky's the limit, but there is a balance that needs to happen, resiliency energy, grounding energy, pulling on the wisdom and the courage. Make sure that you don't forget that, okay, as you're moving forward. So I hope that this serves you for your journey ahead. It was my absolute pleasure to do this reading. It was very exciting energy to tap into. If you enjoyed this reading or something resonated with you in this reading, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button and you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss my future readings. Turn on your notifications. I guess that's a new thing. And again, I hope that this serves you immensely with all of this beautiful, action-oriented, fiery, passionate, whatever this is. I'd love to know that you're going to be working on and walking into in the future. And I will see you in the next reading.